Hey everyone, welcome to the week 3 of the 1.34 release cycle. I'm Vyom and I'll be the host for today's meeting. Before we go further in this meeting, please note that this meeting is being recorded and would be posted to YouTube publicly. So please be mindful of what you say. And if you don't want to get your video recorded, please feel free to turn off your camera. Also note that this meeting comes under the Kubernetes or the CNCF code of conduct, which basically boils down to being excellent to one another. And if you already haven't added yourself to the attendees list, please do that now. And with that, let's begin with the meeting. Is there anything anyone would like to add or discuss under open discussion? If so, now's the time to do so. If not, then let's move on to sub-team updates. First, enhancements with Drew.
Hi. So yesterday we completed our session of shadow onboarding. We also, I guess late last week, we finished the SIG outreach for opting in for KEPs. And we'll be reaching out to KEPs in the next few days about the production readiness freeze. We also got the PR merged in for getting Shadow's GitHub access. So now we should have everything we need. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Cool. Thank you for the updates, Drew. Are there any enhancement shadows that would like to introduce themselves? If not, and are there any questions for enhancements before I go forward? If not, then let's move on to release signal with Ellie.
Hey team, how you doing? Happy to be back on the release team for this release. So let's start with the update. Our current status is red because we had a couple of CRIO master informing tests failing, but I just checked it a couple of minutes ago and I think it has been like taken care. So this was like a status like a couple of hours ago. Other than that, we completed the shadow onboarding sessions. Every shadow already participated, so shadows are getting familiar with the release signal process. Also, we are waiting for this PR to be merged in order for the shadows to be able to add issues to the CI signal board. So that's a thing. And also, well, shadows can't weren't able to edit these meeting notes, but I think that's like the same for everyone, right? Because we need to like add the changes and someone need to approve those. Beyond that, we are like tracking master blocking, master informing jobs without any inconvenience. We are sharing the issues with other SIGs and waiting for confirmation or ownership from the SIG lead. So everything's going smooth. Other than the failing jobs that has been notified, and I think they are being taken care. So that's it for the release signal. I don't know if you have any questions.
Yes, that PR has been merged, the org membership, not the org membership, but the team access PR for release signal.
Okay.
The PR to edit the sheet has been also merged. So can you check, are you logged in from the account that you have given to your lead?
Yes, let me check and I can get back to you after everyone on the team confirms because it was like all the team like need access to it. So I can like confirm internally and let you know.
Cool, that's fine. Also, are there
Okay.
any release signal shadows that would like to introduce themselves if they already haven't? Are there any questions for release signal before we move forward? If not, then let's move forward to docs with Michelle.
So the current status is green. The branching for the weeks is open. And also open a PR to add doc team to the website milestone maintainer. I saw your comment. I'm going to address this very soon. And the orientation is scheduled this Friday. I also saw a doc shadow in the chat. If anyone want to unmute and introduce yourself, please feel free to do so.
I can go. Hi, my name is Rashan. I'm a doc shadow this release. I previously was on release notes and comms, so it's cool to now try out docs and looking forward to working with you all this release.
Okay. Hi, I'm Dylan, and I am a software engineer from Taiwan. And this is my first time to join Kubernetes Release team. And really happy to be here as Dark Team Shadow. And this is my first time to join here. And the reason I joined here is I saw Chen Hao. He is also the release signal team in this cycle, and he shared this opportunity here in Taiwan. So thanks to all the leads for having me on board, and nice to meet everyone here, and happy to work together. Thanks.
Amazing. Welcome to the team. Are there any other shadows that would like to introduce themselves?
I saw
Yeah,
Ryan.
I guess I can go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ryan. I just finished my third year of computer engineering at a university called Queen's University. It's my first time being a release shadow, so super excited. And yeah, thank you to Michelle for taking me on. Looking forward to the rest of the release cycle.
Cool. Welcome to the team, Ryan, and welcome to the team, Rashan and Dylan as well. Are there any other shadows that would like to introduce themselves? If not, are there any questions for docs before we move forward? Cool. In that case, let's move on to comms with Dipesh.
Yep, so our current status is green. So we had our shadow onboarding call by Augustina yesterday. So the onboarding has been complete. All the respective PRs for all the access and various README updates have been merged. So we have all the required access to the tracking board, the read-write access. So it's just the case of monitoring the enhancements now. Once the enhancements are tracked, we can work with our upcoming activities of reach out for opt-in. That's it from comms.
Cool. Thank you for the updates, Dipesh. Are there any comm shadows that would like to introduce themselves? Are there any questions for comms? Right, let's move forward to release branch management. Is Matteo on the call today? I don't see Matteo. I reached out to Matteo. Things are looking good for the Alpha 1 release cut next week. The branch management shadows are being given access. I believe the PRs are open, so everything is on track on the release branch management side. Are there any questions, or are there any release branch management shadows that would like to introduce themselves?
I'm also a release branch management shadow.
So do your introduction again, Drew.
Yeah, hi. My name is Drew. I've been shadowing with or leading or helping out with SIG Release for couple years now, and yeah, I'm really excited to get over on the engineering side of things with shadowing branch management.
Cool. Welcome back to the train, Brew. Are there any other branch management shadows? Let me see. I don't believe so. Cool. Let's move forward with our EA, Fred.
Hello. So quick updates. I fired up the invitations for the new shadow orientation sessions aimed at next week. So all shadows should have received the invitation. I've tried 3 different time slots, so there should be a possibility for everyone to join. If you haven't received anything, please check your spam folder or equivalent because maybe it ended up there. For the, I will ask all the leads just to make this session invitation notice on their own channels, just in case some of the shadows aren't here right now. Obviously, this shadow orientation session is aimed at new shadows, those that haven't participated in a Kubernetes release before, but everyone is welcome. And that's all for me.
Amazing. Thank you for the updates, friend. One question
Yeah.
I have is that, did you send the invite to release team shadows@kubernetes.io?
Perhaps
was
not. No, perhaps not, because I wasn't sure. In the past, that has been a source of problems because of the difference in updates. So I actually sent to the emails in the contact sheet, but I can add the release team's shadow email as well.
No, that's fine. The sheet is a better option because I was worried that the automation might not have kicked in.
That's what I
And
thought, and I didn't want to delay this a bit more than necessary.
exactly. That's cool that you sent it to the contact
Perfect.
sheet. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you.
Are there any questions for IEA? If not, then let's move on to release lead updates. That would be me. So welcome, first of all, to all the new shadows who are joining the call for the first time. It's really great to have you all. Getting into the updates, sub-team leads, please ensure that your shadows have all the access they require, org memberships, team access, they're in the right groups. So please make sure that is the case. Moving on, the Alpha 1 release cut is next week. I've checked in with release branch management and they're fine with the cut next week. Release signal was read, but I believe that should be resolved by then. Apart from that, DPRR freeze is also next week. We are planning it to be a soft deadline this time, but let's not, I don't think we should mention that. I don't think we should mention that any deadline is a soft deadline. We should allow people to treat deadlines like deadlines, but always there is the implicit meaning that they take that this is a soft deadline. But apart from that, nothing major from my side. Just happy that onboarding has been completed and the overall team onboarding for various teams led by Fred would be hosted soon. With that, are there any release lead shadows on the call that would like to introduce themselves? Going once.
Hello. This is Ryota. I am part of the release lead team as a shadow for the first time for the release lead. I was leading the comms side for the version 133 and also was part of the comms for version 132. So relatively new, but trying to figure out how I can help with the release team as a whole. So we'll be looking at the comms side as well as enhancements. So we'll be kind of poking around and might see me around in those areas, but probably not limited to that. But yeah, anyways, I'm very glad to be back and looking forward to work with you all. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Daniel. So I've been on the release team since 1.30, mostly focused on docs. And so this time around with release lead shadow, I'll be poking around in docs, of course, but also in comms. And yeah, looking forward to working with everyone.
Yeah, hey everyone, I'm Sriram. I have been in the release team from 129 and I was an enhancement shadow in 131, I believe, and a release lead shadow in 132. And yeah, I'm back as a release lead shadow again, focusing on enhancements and release signal teams. But as Daniel and Ryota mentioned, I'm happy to help you all regardless. And yeah, I'm happy to be back working with you.
Amazing. Welcome back to the team. Are there any questions? Does anyone have any questions for me? If not, SIG scalability, they didn't update the status, but they changed the name. That's weird. But I believe these weren't the scalability tests that were failing. Nope, don't think so. So I think they should be green. We are not walking the project boat. With that, we are at the end of the meeting. Is there anything anyone would like to discuss on the recording?
Yeah, this is Raji, Release Signal Lead. I would just like to share a token of appreciation for my team. I have been pretty busy with my personal friend from about close to 3 days in this week, but the shadows have been managing it so well, the coordination within the team, in spite of being the first week after the onboarding and orientation call, they have been doing it so well. The old experienced shadows like Cheng Hao and Ellie has been very supportive with new shadows, and they are good at monitoring the flags and raising issues and reporting it to the SIG. So I just wanted to share my token of appreciation in this call to them. Thank you.
Amazing. Great work, everyone. Is there anything else that anyone would like to say before we call it a day on YouTube? If not, I'll stop the recording then. See you all on YouTube.